My name is Alisa Kleckner. I am the costume shop manager, adjunct faculty, and resident designer in the theater department, and I work primarily in costume. I got into costume design pretty late, actually. My degree is in fine art, sculpture and ceramics, and while I was in school, my final semester, I took a costume design class because I had room for an elective. And it just so happens, it stuck. The professor and I got along really, really well. She hooked me up with a gig as soon as I graduated. And I've been designing ever since. I taught myself how to sew, or learned how to sew through other people or watching other people. And basically every project I designed, I would create another situation where I would learn a new technique. And where I couldn't learn from people, I would fill it in with books, because when I was learning, I didn't have the luxury of the internet and all those how-tos online. So I have been designing now for over 10 years and have designed for, I think, something like 85 productions in those 10 years. And through that, I've also used my sculpture skills by being a mask maker, a puppet maker, headdresses, and I've just started fiddling in prosthetic special effects makeup. So I have been designing Arcadia shows, I think something like 7 or 8 seasons now, something close to that. I start to lose track after a while. And in that time, I've had the pleasure to do some really crazy stuff. We did Little Shop of Horrors, which besides the costumes, we built all of the puppets. And that was an amazing experience. Paint was drying on opening night on the puppets, so that's a pretty big show. That's the giant plant show. And I think some of the other shows that I really got a kick out of building was Princess Rescuers, because it was a kids show, so you get to make big, bold choices and a lot of fun stuff. And I have an amazing group of people that I work with up here, and whenever we can, we look for excuses to also incorporate craft work into what we're doing. So what was great about Princess Rescuers is it wasn't just about building the costumes. We had to build a fat suit, we had to build prosthetics, we had to build really cool headdresses. So there were all these really fun accoutrements that came along with it. And, you know, not only, I think, am I having a good time, but I think they're having a good time as well. Like getting to check out different things and not just simply working in fabrics. Okay, so right now what I'm working on is Julius Caesar. And it's an all-woman cast, and that creates challenges and opportunities, because it is a military show. It's Shakespeare's based on Caesar. And how do you make a woman look like a man, but we're not playing the women as men, we're playing somewhere in between the two worlds, almost a sense of androgyny. And so the challenge with that is, how can we build a silhouette or the shape of a garment that can transcend gender and be more about what it means, what war means, and what it does to its people and to the people's psyche as well. So what we're using is we're using commercial patterns, but from those commercial patterns we're making all sorts of adaptations to them so that we can build 15 corsets for the women, so that we can change their silhouette so that they're built more like a man. And then we're building 9 or 10 military coats that are fully washable, so if we do use as much blood as we may be using, stage blood of course, that they can be washed every night. So besides the production being challenging because of the gender issue, you also have the logistical issues of dealing with a very bloody show and needing to get the blood out of those garments so that you can use that garment a few hours later when you have a 2-show day. So that's what we've been really busy doing up here right now, is building a lot of uniforms. So I still use what I learned through my art classes, but I use them for performing arts primarily.